I dress the actors, work on a daily basis with the producer, the actors, and the scripts. Time is probably our biggest challenge. We usually have a very short prep time, and sometimes the scripts, or a lot of the times, the scripts will change from day 1 to day 7 of prep. And just being flexible with that and making everybody happy, making sure that the one vision we start with remains as close to that vision when we get to camera as possible. Basically, we get a script and we start with a concept meeting, and everyone comes together and discuss the fine points of this episode and what we're going to be doing. Then we have a costume meeting after that, and we break the script down into script days. We follow the characters through each day and what they do and how they interact with the other characters and the storyline. And we meet with the actors, see what they want to be wearing, what they like, what they're comfortable in, what their ideas are for the characters.
Oh, I love shoes.
Oh, good. Okay.
But they feel like glass underneath.
They're slippery?
Yeah. Maybe when we do the Boys on Third episode, we do Menace to Society Part 2.
Then we have fittings, then we photograph it all, and then we get the okay from everybody, then whatever it is we need to do to get the costume camera ready.
I go in regular and I come out fabulous like the bingo.
Well, as you know, costumes are very important because how an actor looks on screen and what they're wearing is an integral part of how they perform. It's almost another character within the character. It's part of the character. We have a number of people on our team who are integral to that process. We have an extraordinary talented costume designer, and that's Cynthia Summers. What happens is the script is written, for instance, in The Storm. There was a debate, and particularly in the beginning of the sequence, as to what Johnny Smith was going to be wearing. There was a debate that went as high as the most senior levels of the network because we wanted to establish a feeling for Johnny Smith. Here he was in a very odd state, in such an odd state that his friends felt that he needed an intervention. What was the mood that you're trying to create? The fabric is important. Is it going to be wool or is it going to be leather? You know, right down literally until the color of the pants and shoes that he's wearing. Even if the shoes are not going to be on camera, it's still part of the feel that the character has, the overall look that the character has.
There's sort of a red thing going on in this, little bits of red everywhere. So we were thinking that would be good for your second change, that sweater. Mostly the shopping happens maybe at the beginning of the season and only with the lead actors. And that's just basically to get us off and ready for the season, because we can buy several pieces that will work for this one character throughout a 13-episode season. You know, most rural sort of sheriff departments in the United States tend to be brown. And Walt's always in his sheriff uniform. I mean, it's not the most exciting color to wear, and they're all pretty boxy. We spent some time with his uniforms and we reworked them in better fabric, easier to wear fabric. A lot of the cop uniforms are made out of polyesters, which don't breathe and are sweaty and itchy. So we made him his pants out of cotton wool blends, and we made his shirts out of things that stretch and breathe. And we made them a little bit tighter so we can see more of his figure because he's really cut. A little arm action. And his jackets, nylon jackets. So Sound was having nightmares with his jackets. We rebuilt his jackets in a cotton twill, mostly for Sound, and they've worked out well.
I know for the Dana character, she was at the end lifted by the storm and holding onto the fridge, and we wanted an outfit on her that would be flying in the breeze, but at the same time warm and cozy when she was just nestling in at the lodge, and also something that could hide the wires where she was hanging in a little pan with the special effects team. So we went through various scenarios and finally found the right kind of wraparound sweater that fit everything from the character and the setting, the practicalities of doing the stunt, and that was also bright enough that it would show up because we knew it was going to be dark, moody lighting, you know, so that wardrobe had to be just right.
And Michael's wearing a corduroy jacket in this first scene, and then the second scene he's wearing a three-quarter leather coat.
Okay.
So we need to do something different with him. Once we've broken down the script and have the character analysis done, the day players and the guest actors, basically we go shopping. We come together with them and we have a fitting. Some of the clothes are built. For instance, if Johnny's going into a vision where he has to go back in history or forward in history, we'll take a concept and then we'll build on that. A lot of the times when we need multiples, 3 or 4 of everything, and or pieces for the stunt double or photo doubles, then we wind up building.
What'd you guys do with his clothes?
We went to Saigon, and we've gone to several other places where we've had to, things we couldn't find here in Vancouver or anywhere else for that matter, we've built them. The requirement for multiples comes when we have a character that's going to be doing something that involves stunts or special effects, or the elements. If we're going to be shooting all night in the rain or mud, then that will require maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 outfits, depending on what degrees we see them in. And also if there's a stunt double, and if there's a photo double, if we're shooting different segments of that at a different location. Period costuming is fun to do, and sometimes it's almost easier than doing contemporary, because period, you have a reference and you can't really go too wrong on it. Contemporary is now, but when we're doing a show like Dead Zone, it's not fashion forward like Sex and the City or anything like that. So we want to be portraying people as accurately as we can, but I mean, the clothes aren't incredibly exciting, and I think a show like this is more about the acting and more about the writing, and we don't want the costume to be overpowering that in any kind of a way. And these people are set in a sort of a rural setting, and they have to look like they belong. The production designer and costume designer, it's generally in the hierarchy. The costume designer is a part of the art department, although we're an entity unto ourselves. We have to work in harmony with each other. Obviously, Lance builds the sets, and he does a fabulous job, and I love working with Lance. I have to be careful that what I'm doing with the actors complements what he does. My characters have to fit into his sets. So if you think of it like a stage set, even, whatever he builds, color-wise, I have to fit my characters and what they're in into that. We don't ever want anyone to blend into the wall and disappear, or clash or move with the wall if there's too much pattern, or if we're going underwater or going into caves, or it's going to be, you know, textured and wet or glossy, or green screen or anything like that. I have to be careful of what he's up to. You know, realizing someone else's dream for them, and that's pretty fulfilling.